You back with your girls, Meesa and Meah on, you already know, it's M&M Live Radio, and it's the moment you all have been waiting for.
That's right, Meesa. His music is a location where reverence for God, relevance, and social consciousness intersect. When you get a hyper-creative, acoustic influence, lyrically heightened MC, you get an artist that the world needs to know, man. We're so happy to have this guy on the show. We want to welcome national recording artist Kris Noël to the show. Kris, how are you, my friend?
I am splendid, feeling marvelous.
Listen, bro, welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with us here on M&M Live Radio.
Most definitely, it's a blessing already. So,
most def. Now, I feel like it's only right for us to start off by saying Happy New Year.
Yes,
we're in a brand new year. 2021 is finally here. Now, let us know, Kris. Now, how did you and your family celebrate Christmas and bring in the new year?
Well, as you know, because of COVID, we weren't able to wild out and do what we wanted to, but I'm just spending time together in the house, cooped up, and just enjoying each other's presence. Yeah. That's what we did. Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, that sounds like everybody doing like that on an everyday basis. It's so weird how, this is truly a new normal. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has to, follow within these things. Zoom has been everybody's best friend. Yes. So we're just happy that we're safe. And, but definitely still have the chance to bring in the new year and celebrate your Christmas the right way. But listen, this interview is definitely long overdue. We're finally happy to have you on the show. And, I feel like you're definitely a hidden gem in our space. And I'm so glad we get the chance to talk to you about your music and everything. I want to go ahead and start off on this note. Go ahead and let us know how you even got your start in music to begin with.
Man, so I've been doing music for a while, say since the end of high school. And it's just now, I'd say the past 2 years to where I've just started to take it serious. And so it really just stewarded well and just followed through with it. But I started off secular and then just gave my life to God fully and completely. And then I told him, I was like, God, I'm going to take everything inside of me and just give it right back to you. And that's where I'm at right now.
Oh man, I love that. I love your testimony. And I love, honestly, Kris, the artist that you are, because you're just so different. You're like a chameleon. You're multi-talented. You just have so many different things on the inside of you that comes alive, not only when it comes to you recording music, but when it comes to you performing music, it's just so different. And everyone can get something just totally, on a different level when it comes to seeing your presence on the stage. But I'm just really curious, who are some of your musical inspirations that help you grow to become this artist that you are?
I would definitely say Andre 3000, because he was always different. The whole collective Wu-Tang, I know it's sort of old school, but just the fact that they all had their own styles, and you could tell that nobody was biting off anybody else. It was just oh, that's him, or that's such and such. And so I would say Ludacris. I'm throwing out some older names, but I would say performance-wise, I love Ed Sheeran. He's a beast as far as his creativity, and just I really admire people who take the time to master their craft and then give that back to the crowd. And so that's something that really influences me.
Listen, honestly, it's crazy even hearing you say that, because now thinking of your music and seeing you perform, I see all those influences in you, especially even when you said Ed Sheeran, when we got a chance to see you perform at the Culture Villain show, at the preseason show, that's where I begin with, you had the guitar up there. So of course I feel that Ed Sheeran vibe. And even of course, we're from Atlanta. So, Ludacris and Andre 3000, we're all for it. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel that. And I love that those are your influences and it shines through in your music. Listen, guys, your girls M&M are hanging out with national recording artist Kris Noël, the multi-talented phenomenon. Now listen, we got to talk about this one thing, because you do this thing that I've never seen any other artist do.
Talk about it.
It's the fact that you switch between not one, not two, not three, but three languages when you rap. And I've never seen that done. I've seen, of course, bilingual, but I've never seen three: English, Spanish, and French. Now listen, when you answer this question, I want you to switch back between the languages, okay? So here's the question. So what made you want to show off your trilingual talents? And can it be difficult switching between them when you rap?
Pues yo diría que me gustan los idiomas. Mi padre is de Haiti, so my dad is from Haiti, and so that's where that influence came from. Pero me encantan los idiomas. So I absolutely love languages since a young kid. I've always just been attached to different cultures. I know my family have intermarried with the African culture, just Caribbean culture. And the other thing too is I just want to know what people are saying when they're around me.
Yeah.
I see it. So that was a big influence in the music. I actually went to school. I majored in Spanish, minored in Portuguese, and that's like something I haven't brought that to the forefront yet. But I definitely want to do. Yo quiero crear música en portugués. I want to create music in Portuguese as well. And yeah, my dream is basically to travel the world and love on people in their own language. And so that's where you hear all that coming out. I will say that my Creole, which is from Haiti, if you think, I know a lot of people are like, what is that? What is that? If you think of how Jamaicans speak English, patois,
right.
You have English and then you have patois. I would say Creole is the French version of that patois, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so, but I will say that is like one of my weaker languages because I'm not around it as much. And so I'm trying to get back up on it. But definitely Spanish, I use that every day. And so it comes out in the music. And yeah, that's pretty much where all the languages come from. And so I just want to take them all and just give them all back to God. So that's where I'm at.
Amen.
Being all things to all people,
right?
All music.
So yes. You know what I'm saying? I think that's so dope that you're able to shine through that. I'm telling you, I've never seen anyone do that. I think it was, what was it? I think the Ryan Lamar joint, which you and you came through, bro.
What?
I was like, what is going on? This is fire. So I love that you do that and bring that through your music. It definitely makes you stand out from all the others for real.
I really see you being an international artist super quick, just because you allow yourself to just be a forever student and, you know, always want to learn more about other cultures and other languages. Like, I mean, I feel like, honestly, like we've been having our eye on you for a moment, especially since we saw you at the Culture Villain show. Right. But when that joint came out, I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yo, real quick, shout out to Ryan Lamar, because that dude is absolutely amazing at what he does. He's always doing different things, and he's definitely provided a platform for me to like shine and do that. Because I know it has its positive side, but it also has a side. As you know, we live in America and our predominant language is English. And I feel like we're one of the only countries who don't really mess with other languages. Like if you go to Europe, it's normal for people to speak, I speak French, Italian, and Portuguese, whatever. But here it's like, you know, like we speak English here. And a couple of people speak Spanish, you know? And so, but Ryan actually provided the platform on a different level for me to actually, he's like, no, use that, man. You need to push forward with that. And so I just want to thank you, Ryan Lamar, for doing that.
Yeah, shout out to Ryan Lamar. Shout out to like everybody that was on the track. I loved it so much because I feel like it just brought everybody together from all walks of life. Now, Kris, you had such a great and successful year in 2019 with the release of your debut album, Catapult. Then, of course, we all know, 2020 happened, and then it kind of put a lot of things on hold for a lot of artists like yourself. But, when it comes to being creative, how has that been for you? Looking back, what's your biggest takeaway from learning to maintain your career as an artist in the midst of a global pandemic?
That's a very good question. I have really just been tinkering away at my craft still. So there hasn't been as many performances, obviously, but as far as finding I'm still, like you said, I love that. What's the phrase you had, forever student? I'm that for my student, yeah. And so like just being around Ryan and other artists and seeing how they do things, and taking away from those things, and also just finding, okay, this is what Kris is good at. This is what Kris needs to work on. Just taking this time to actually try to perfect more what I'm doing. And yeah, like that's what I've been taking the time to do. And the music is slowly just getting better because of it. And so that's what I've been up to.
Yeah, that's good.
One thing I love, and I'm so proud of all artists, I mean, in all genres, honestly, is that you guys have been able to be so creative and still keep the momentum going when it comes to your artistry. I can only imagine how hard it is, like, not being able to tour as a main source of income, and that can kind of put a damper on someone's, like, their emotions and things like that. But I'm glad that y'all have been so optimistic and just so creative and innovative throughout this time. And I'm glad that even, I know for you specifically, you being able to still be able to shine throughout this year, just like how you have in the years past. But I definitely want to say this, despite the pandemic, you were still able to make some great music and even have some great collaborations as well. Like, you know, Bree Smiles and Ryan Lamar, like you said. And of course, like people like our bros, Cam and Zara Josh.
Shout out to Cam.
Like that. One thing I love is just seeing everybody come together, you know, support each other in unity. How has it been, like, you know, having other artists support your music and then have you support them as well during this time of us, like, you know, needing to be there for one another more than ever?
I really feel like that's key right now. If there's ever been a time for us to like really push out music and come together, it's right now, because politically we got all types of stuff going on in 2020. Politically, it's just been craziness. We got this pandemic going on. Nobody knows what's going on with that. And so the music has definitely been an outlet. And for me, the music, as far as collabing with people, it's always an opportunity to love on people. Even if you don't have the same style or whatever it may be. And the thing for me is with other artists, even if we never make a song together, the opportunity to just love on somebody is what, for me, that's what it's all about. And so this, like, as far as collabing with Zara Josh, Cam, and obviously the people with Red Gorilla, and just, it's been a ginormous blessing for me. Like it's been awesome. And so I feel like the music is always sweeter when you have a relationship with someone as opposed to like a contractual obligation. And so that's what I would like to do. Just try to build relationships, love on people. And then if music comes out of it, that's absolutely amazing. But if not, that's okay too.
Well, we can see the relationships being built. We can see the blessings coming forth, especially in the new year. And we're so excited to see what you have planned for the new year of 2020. But I know you don't want to give every intricate detail of what you have planned for the new year, but just kind of give us a little taste about what's next for you in the year of 2021.
Man, I will definitely say I found my niche as far as the international thing going. So plan on hearing more languages, more international collabs, just different sounds coming out. And so definitely be looking for those things. You know, it might be an opportunity for you to learn a couple of phrases in another language. And so you never know. Yeah.
So dope, yo. We're so happy that you're able to, like, you know, dive into, not even like, you know, like I said before, just be so creative and to be able to, like, you know, sky is the limit, even like beyond that when it comes to your music and your artistry. So we're excited. I know I speak on behalf of everybody listening, we're so excited to see what you got coming this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Thank you so much once again for being on the show. Before you go, give everyone your social media so that they can stay connected with you.
Got you. So it's going to be the same thing on all social media platforms. Who is Kris Noël, all one word. Who is Kris Noël, just like Christmas. And I look forward to doing with y'all.
Yeah. Listen, guys, make sure you guys are following Kris on all social media. And listen, guys, when I tell you this is an artist that you definitely want to make sure you guys are watching it this year, make sure you guys follow him on Spotify, Apple Music. Listen to all of his music. It's on all music platforms.
Absolutely. And Kris, one more time, we are so glad that we finally had the opportunity to finally link with you and have you on the show. You're super, super talented. Yes. 2021 is going to be absolutely crazy for you. And just know that you always have our support here at M&M Live Radio. But we'll talk to you soon. All right, bro?
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now to everyone out there, please make sure you keep it where you got it, because you're about to hear that new Kris Noël right here, right now.
That's right. Here's the latest heat from Kris Noël. Listen, keep it locked right here. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to, you already know,
it's M&M Live Radio.